to depart for other activities, and therefore without any further ado, allow me to welcome waziri wetu Onesimus Kipchumba Murkomen. Wapi makofi ya waziri wetu ambaye ataongea, and then after that we come back again to the program.
Professional colleagues were friends, neighbors, relatives, good afternoon. First, I will be very brief, but thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to say this because I have another assignment. Let me say, wacha niseme kwanza kwamba nimesikitishwa sana na kifo cha Ann. It was really surprising. Koche aliniambia tukipanda miti huko Cherangani Hills at one morning that Ann was unwell and she's critical, and really the way he passed the message, I knew it was not a good story. But it was a shock to me because sikupata nafasi ya kujua kwamba Ann was in hospital. I came to learn only later that some friends had sent me a message which I didn't even see. Ann to me was like my younger sister, but not so young because we were contemporaries actually. So I'm not too old. Ann and I were just one class behind. She was one class behind me in Kesup when I was in St. Patrick's. And later, of course, professionally. In fact, interestingly, I think she joined the university with us. She didn't last the 1 year difference, which we used to take almost 2 years before we joined. So in 2000, we joined together, graduated 2005 together. Of course, I learned that later because she always had a baby face. I assumed that Ann was in late 20s. She told me about her professional story later. I came to know Ann properly when I became the Minister for Roads. I had seen her kwa mbali kidogo, lakini when I became Minister for Roads and Transport, I came to know Ann. First, she went and ran for the position of Senator, and I looked at her picture. I just used to see her with her friends, Kina Janet, Chirum, and the others who were also my contemporaries at the university, who were in Safaricom. Ezekiel and many others, engineers who were together in Safaricom. But later, when she ran for this position, I joked. She told me I'm running nini. I joked with her, nikamwambia utaweza kweli? Nikamwambia endelea. But she was always smiling, campaigning. Kumaliza, she came to the office. She didn't get it, lakini akakuja ofisi, akakuja kuniambia ya kwamba sasa mimi ni engineer. Wewe uko kwa wizara yetu. Ningependa wewe utusaidie professionally. And really pushed me on matters of Institute of Engineers and on matters of Engineers Board of Kenya. In fact, to be very fair to her, if Engineers Board of Kenya was here, Ann was very frustrated that young people never had a chance in EBK to be part of leadership. So she was among the young leaders who are agitating for reforms in the leadership of the Engineers Board. Many times she came to me and we discussed most of this. She came with different ideas. In fact, there was a day, I was looking at our charts now, and there was a day she had sent me a picture of roads that are marked with electricity. The markings are, electrified. And she was telling me this is the kind of technology we need to adopt going forward. Every time something came new, she kept pushing. So we became friends with Ann. There were times she wanted to grow professionally. When I was constituting boards, I wanted to support her in some places. She told me, Apana, I have a friend, she came with one of the friends, she was here. She sits in one of the boards of the roads sector. I don't want to mention people. When I also was appointing the one for Kena and the one for Kera, I consulted Anne because she was very passionate about younger board members. And so our friendship grew. In fact, when I came up with the Nikasema, we want to put up an education conference in the county, she sat in the planning committee and she was with us in E10 when we were discussing matters education. And she was very passionate about mentoring girls to take very tough professions. She was, when we did a campaign for IDs and voters registration, Anne was in the forefront as a professional from this community. Anne was in the forefront for Kaptagat Integrated, and she had also sat with a team that was working in the Cherangani Hills. She had for some reason, she really wanted to be involved in everything Elgeyo Marakwet and on the ground with the people. And nataka niseme kwamba my last interaction was actually end of April, I think. Anne also was my professional expert. There was something I was doing and she was the consultant. She was the one doing it with some other architect. She told me stories about her starting business, which was in Kayole there. I think she was doing some steel business, something. She wanted to establish as incinerator in Eldoret here. She always had different ideas in terms of what business she wanted to do and so many things. And I must say that I am really shocked. So I thought, you know, it reminds me of a poem that a person read one day when I went to a conference in Uganda that said, if you want to love me now. If you want to congratulate me now. Life is too short, even for those of us who think we are young. And it's important that to be a person of grace, to support others, to make friends. And to every different person, Anne was our best friend. It's unbelievable. When you think you are the one, you realize there is another one. When you think you are the one, there is another one. Mpaka unajiuliza, where was all this time she had to... And every testimony I've had here, and I've had even since she passed on, all those testimonies are quality time spent in supporting others. I'm very poor with my phone, but when I looked at our chats today, I realized she had been sending so many ideas. Waziri, angalia hiyo. Waziri pia, angalia hiyo. Waziri, tunataka hii. And you know, it is when you lose someone, then you ask yourself, I wish I had replied, or I had called more. I wish I had created time to be with them. So let's take the friendships, the relationships, the networks that we get positively, and let us please spend more time edifying ourselves than fighting ourselves. You know? And I must say this because professionals are here. When you serve at my position, and at your positions, most of you here, there is too much gossip. You know, there are too many people, when they come to see you, anakuja kuambia nani akupendi wewe, nani anakupika wewe. So unajua hata nani wenye unamsaidia, sasa unamsaidia aje na anakuchimba. And many of you are here, you know that story. Let's not lie to ourselves. It's important. And I must say this. Anne never came to me to gossip about anybody. She always came with ideas. And Dorcas will know, Engineer Dorcas and all these others who are here, that every time Anne came, she was always coming to push for someone. Myself and PS Tanui tried to push for her a job she wanted in some other parastatal. Let me not say that. And so today, when I was with Tanui, he told me to pass his condolences, and he has told also Chris, PS. It is important to know that it is good to hold other people's hands. And when she didn't get it, she was very happy for the other friend of hers who got the job in that place. And it's important to always remember that the services we give, the positions we are in, are short-term. Let us serve with dignity. Let us also support each other. Let's hold each other's hands. Let's not pull each other down. Let's edify each other by holding each other kwenda juu. I wanted to say that about Anne. I'm not going to add anything else. To mzee na mama, if you ever do anything, in memory of Anne or the siblings, please count me as a friend. Yeah, and involve me. if you want to do anything. And if you need any support as family, as a friend of Anne, when I gave my contribution, I said, okay, this is something small. I wanted to give more. So if there's a cause you want me to give, I will give more. I know why. Because Anne was very supportive of me. So just involve me, I'll do that. Thank you very much. May our soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you very much.
Asante sana waziri. Thank you so much waziri. Basi anapoondoka.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going with some young man here who is the brother-in-law and the speaker of Elgeyo Marakwet County. When I say young man, it's not that in Amdarao. Lawi Kibire, let him say one word.
Thank you, Waziri, to the family of Anne na sisi wote. Tumsifu Yesu Kristo daima na milele. Mimi nimesimama hapa, and Anne is a friend and my sister-in-law. I've married from this family na nimefika hapa